Are you ready to explore how climate change is reshaping our world and threatening the very fabric of our cultural heritage? Let's dive into the challenges and discover how innovative tools like GIS-T can help us protect our past. Climate change is causing more frequent and intense extreme weather events. Rising sea levels, increased flooding, and stronger storms directly threaten coastal archaeological sites, historic buildings, and cultural landscapes. These threats aren't just about physical damage. They also impact the stories and traditions connected to these places, potentially erasing invaluable parts of human history. We must act to preserve these irreplaceable treasures. Cultural heritage sites, ranging from ancient temples and castles to traditional villages and historical landscapes, serve as powerful attractions that draw millions of tourists each year. These sites are not only symbols of human creativity and history but also vital economic assets, especially for regions where tourism is a primary source of income. Local communities often rely on the steady influx of visitors to sustain jobs in hospitality, guiding services, transportation, artisanal crafts, and small businesses. However, climate change poses an escalating threat to these irreplaceable landmarks. Rising sea levels, more intense storms, wildfires, increased humidity, and temperature extremes can cause structural damage, erosion, and even complete loss of cultural heritage assets. For example, Venice faces chronic flooding worsened by sea level rise, while archaeological sites in the Mediterranean are increasingly vulnerable to wildfires and desertification. As the physical condition of these sites deteriorates, they may be forced to limit access or close entirely for restoration and safety. The resulting decline in tourist numbers has ripple effects throughout the local economy. Decreased revenue from entrance fees, accommodation, food services, and cultural events can lead to job losses and reduced investment in site conservation. In areas highly dependent on heritage tourism, this economic contraction can contribute to community decline, migration, and a diminished sense of cultural identity. Furthermore, the loss of cultural landmarks affects not only the immediate locality but also global heritage, reducing opportunities for intercultural understanding and education. This makes climate-resilient management and preservation strategies, such as adaptive reuse, structural reinforcements, early warning systems, and community-based stewardship, critical for safeguarding both cultural assets and the livelihoods that depend on them. Geographic Information Systems, GIS, offer powerful tools for assessing and mitigating climate change impacts on cultural heritage. GIS can map vulnerable sites, model potential risks, and analyze environmental data to inform preservation strategies. By integrating data on climate projections, site locations, and environmental factors, GIS helps us understand the complex interactions at play. This allows for targeted interventions and resource allocation. GIS can also be used to monitor changes over time, track the effectiveness of preservation efforts, and communicate risks to stakeholders. It's a vital tool for proactive and informed decision-making. Climate change poses a significant threat to our cultural heritage, but we are not powerless. By understanding the risks and leveraging tools like GIS, we can take meaningful action to protect these invaluable resources for future generations. Explore the GIS-T lesson plans, integrate climate change discussions into your curriculum, and advocate for policies that support cultural heritage preservation. Let's work together to safeguard our shared past.